Good evening and welcome to the Whiskey Lovers Society with me, Gert Retief, and tonight, well, you can see I've got a smile on my face. Kavalan Solist Port edition or Port cask whiskey, and of course, it's ticking all the boxes for me. As soon as I saw this online and at quite a reasonable price, €145. Now I know a lot of people are going to tell me, are you crazy? It is a no age statement whiskey. What are you talking about? €145, bottled at 57.8% ABV. Now that makes me a happy guy already. And of course, if you add in natural color and the non-chill filtration, then of course I'm a really happy guy. It's ticking all the right boxes for me. So quite looking forward to this one. Now, the Solist is for me the upper tier from Kavalan, somewhere that they put a lot of effort in and creating the best environment for the best whiskey possible. Now, the Solist for me is that whiskey where I started with the sherry. Now, I do love anything sherry related, and it did not disappoint me. A really fantastic whiskey, and yeah, the prices are high. I give you that, but I think from my point of view, it's all about the perspective. If you are somebody that buy 2-3 bottles a month, yeah, it's a lot of money. If I was a casual drinker, and a friend of mine used to say, all the alcohol is poison. And if you want to put poison in your body, make sure that it's high quality poison. Now, if I was a casual drinker, Kavalan would have been one of the whiskies that's on my radar. The expensive Springbanks will definitely be on the radar, and quite a number other whiskies that is quite high in price, but the quality is fantastic and the taste is fantastic. So I look at it a simple way. It depends on how much are you willing to spend on whiskey, and if you find something that is quite expensive compared to other whiskies or other no age statement whiskies, and you find something that you like, then I say buy it. Save up. Don't buy 2-3 cheap bottles. Save enough over a 2-3-4 month period and buy something that you are really going to enjoy. Now, I haven't tasted this one yet. I poured with the assumption I'm going to like it. It can be that it is maybe I don't like it, and then I have to change the tune a little bit, but quite looking forward to this one. Now, just a little bit on the cask as well. I am not 100% sure. Now, this is a sample that I bought online in France, and they do give me a QR code of the bottle, so I presume it is the correct information. And if I look on that QR code, they give me a picture and they tell me this is bottle number 136 of 202. So only 202 bottles. It is cask strength, and it was distilled, what they say is 0.111118, maybe a little bit too many ones, but it was in 2011, distilled November the 18th. So that little bit of information on the bottle, and of course bottle number 136. So yeah, 202 bottles. I got my hands on a sample of it. So yeah, I'm happy about that. Price wise, I think I paid about €7, I think, for the sample. I think it is reasonable to give it a try and then decide if you want it. Now, full disclosure, I think they are waiting for new stock. They do say coming soon. The price that they had this bottle was €155, but they do say coming soon at the price of 145. So I hope they stick to that price point. Of course, it is matured in port cask or export barricks from Portugal, of course. Yeah, color-wise, it is natural color. And of course, they took this wonderful port cask or the port barricks, they pushed them out to Taiwan. They filled their wonderful whiskey in it. And of course, hot temperature, a lot of interaction with the wood. And of course, hence, no age statement whiskey. But look at the color of this one. It's really a dark amber color. Quite looking forward. Once you pour it, the air just full with a lovely port sweetness. And of course, I cannot resist anything that's related to that sweet stuff. Now, on the nose. Now, if you are not into sweet, very dried fruit forward whiskey, you're not going to like this one. If you don't have a sweet tooth, you're not going to like this one. If you are into that Lefroy, if you are that Piet fan, Christine, I'm talking about you, I don't think you're going to like this one. It is very sweet. It is sugary sweet. You get that molassy sweetness. You get that port. You get that dried fruit. You get that vanillas. You get that jammy notes. A little bit like a black currant, dark fruit sweetness. A little, well, even strawberries can fall into that category. Super sweet strawberry jam. There's a little chocolate note as well. And I keep on going back and I'm looking for the alcohol. That is a high ABV whiskey. Even if I do agitate to release that alcohol molecules a little bit, it's there, but it's not a sharpness. If you take a deep breath, you get that hotness of that alcohol. It tells you that it's a little bit on the youthful side. There is a hint of that nail polish remover that I get, that ethanol note. But if you just let it settle down, maybe 2-3 seconds, and you go back, and it is just lovely. That sweetness, all that vanillas coming through, a little bit of that English toffee notes, that dried fruit, that chocolate, everything is there, and everything is playing nicely, and they're not trying to grab your attention with one specific note. I do find it lovely, friendly, pleasant, and I hope it's going to be drinkable as well. Now, it is a high ABV whiskey. I'm going to take a very small sip just to see if it's possible to drink it this way responsibly, and then I might add a little bit of water just to see the effect. It is high. It is at the upper level of most people that they're going to add a little bit of water. So on the taste, cheers. It packs a sweet, powerful punch. You first get that instant dried fruit component, that dates, raisin, figs with the chocolate, very, very sweet, and half a second later you are hit with a big alcohol hit. It's hot, it's powerful, it's punchy, it's not an ethanol punch. It is just a hotness that alcohol creates. There's a viscosity to it. It just sticks to your mouth, sticks to the palate, and you have to like, oh my word, and then 2 seconds later, that is gone, and you're left with a mouthful of, well, all that loveliness, that sugary notes. that English toffee note, that dried fruit components, that raisiny notes, that jam, that blackberry jam component, that lovely sticky sweetness. It is really a nice whiskey, and definitely something, well, I'm a little bit in two minds. Do I add water to it? Do I dare add water to a lovely whiskey as it is to see what the effect is going to be, or do I keep it as neat as possible? Now, for argument's sake, if I did not make a video, I would definitely drink it like this. Small sips, just enjoy it, and well, sit back and relax. Another thing that I also like about this whiskies, you pour it and you drink it, and you don't have to wait a half a bottle to start enjoying it. And that is what I do like. Now, I know this one is going to be one of the top whiskies for me. And, well, let's see. The taste for me, it's just lovely. The nose, it went straight from the nose. All those lovely sweet notes came to the taste. Fantastic. And let me just one more try. Oh man, word, it is nice. A little bit more, if smaller the sip, the more chocolate comes out of that to avoid that intensity. Now, I did bring some water. I was thinking I'm definitely going to add some water to this one. So it is not a lot. I'm just going to put, I'm sure it can take a teaspoon of water. I'm sure it's going to be able to take way more than just a teaspoon. On a teaspoon, a little bit less intensity. There's a different type of sweetness, more mature sweetness, and a little bit more lighter sweetness that comes out. But it is lovely. I'm sure I can add another teaspoon. With 1 teaspoon, I think that is a winner. Now, that intensity immediately is gone. That burn that I was talking about, that hotness, it's gone. I said, see, sweet, hot, burn. Now it is sweet, no more hot, burn. A little bit more chocolate, that dry fruit is there. It's a little bit less of that jammy note, so a less sweeter jam note. Maybe the artificial sweetened one. Let's one more try. Ooh, my word, this is a dangerous one. For all my friends out there with the sweet tooth, this is the whiskey for me that I will definitely, as soon as it's available, I'm going to put in down that 145 euros for this one. You hear it me? Don't tell my wife. But oh my word, this is really nice. This is one of the nicest from nose to taste whiskies that I had in a long time. Even the sherry course, I don't think I'm close to it. For the argument's sake, I'm going to add just 1 more teaspoon of water. A little bit perfumey now also, so a little bit more lighter. Alcohol, it's still there. There's a little bit of that burning note, but definitely it's getting less and less on the taste of 2 teaspoons. I need to stop. I need to stop. This is also still very perfect, very drinkable. And it is just a lovely dram. So what do you think? Which Kavalan Solist would you like me to try? I know I got a suggestion for the Vino. I could not find a sample now for that. So as soon as that one is available, I will try it. But yeah, oh my word, this is really nice. And of course, I always forget, please remember to like, share and subscribe. You've come this far, cost you nothing. It helps the channel grow. And of course, the ad revenue goes to children in South Africa. So see you next time. Cheers.